This video is called What the Establishment and Their Yuppie Allies and Their Fraternity Allies Have Placed in the Dark Will Come to the Light Eventually, and certainly before God. So first of all, let's start here. I am not a knucklehead, not an MMA fighter, not a circus flex weirdo, not a geek putting on, doing moves with their yuppie salary, okay? I'm not using yuppie energy to look cool for some yuppie chicks, okay? Sparring is the universal challenge, right? Spar ring, right? The ring, the wedding ring, martial and marital, okay? Rank, raw and K for kill, okay? Talent and talon, right? The talons of the falcon. Obviously, they made me look like a geek by making it so that I had to wear glasses by filming me and drugging me and so on and so forth, the psych meds. And on record, these things mess up your vision, but they were obviously, with 19 witnesses, doing other things as well. And I'll get to that in the plaques shortly. So $4,000 top martial arts challenge champion. Sparring shows transferable skills for actual combat arts, not sports fighting. This for when it ended in December 20th, 2017, from December 20th, 2013. 4-year, $4,000 challenge for a good part of it. Before that, first couple years or so, it was a $3,000 challenge. I decided to raise it to give them less excuse. Haru, and this is before I started spelling with an A, mind you. Okay, Hero, right? Haru, the top martial artist in America, $3,000 challenge for 3 years, honorable, transcendent, supreme champion. Obviously, I did the math after this, and I decided it actually symbolizes the world. If I want to be the top Chinese Kung Fu expert, I'll go to China and fight with those guys in their style. If I want to be the top Muay Thai guy, I'll go to Thailand and fight in their style. If I want to be the top universal champion, I'll go to California, specifically in America. If I want to fight with black guys, I'll go to Detroit. If I want to fight with, white guys, I'll go to some small town in Mississippi. California is where you go. Hollywood guys, Chinatown, Bruce Lee's history, the multicultural mix, it draws them here. New York is like urban, concrete jungle, rotten apple. If I want to be a rotten apple, thoroughly fumed fucking vegetable, I'll go to New York. You see what I'm saying? Where you go, right? If you want to play football, you go to the football field, okay? It doesn't take a genius, right? Haru, right? Where, one of his forms. Horace, where? Air, where? Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go to prove his point? Where's he going to go to make his challenge? Okay? You challenge the best, you go to California, universal, multicultural, and so on. So, honorable, transcendent, supreme champion. I transcend, and I've been showing these plaques for years now. I transcend, right? And this was back when it was $3,000. My argument has been the same for ages. I've been showing the same kind of part in the book for ages, okay? The transcendent hero, okay? The person who is the exceptional adept can become a transcendent hero, one of the highest forms of honor. How does he become that? One way, the number one way, is to be the number one. A is one. To be the alpha, to be the top martial artist. He is the transcendent hero. If you're the top martial artist of old, are you going to make contact with the next top martial artist or not? And if they cheat him, you're not going to, if he's a cheater, he's not the top martial artist. So the answer is ons where. Accurate, alpha cure 8. Apep eating the solar boat. Okay, that's an accurate conclusion. The answer is ons where. On is Heliopolis, Genesis 41:45. Joseph and Potiphar's daughter, Asenath, or whatever her name was, the priestess of On. Okay, she's rewarded by Pharaoh to him for spiritual prowess. Okay, and he's given a high position as the second command of Egypt, second only in regards to the throne. So here's another one from the 3,000 plaque, 2013 to 2016. I decided to extend it a year after this. Covertly drugged with psyop impairing him. Transcendent hero Chukwuemeka, the immortal leopard, wins. And over time, okay, I got 19 witnesses on record. Okay, I should make another plaque that reflects that. Okay, covertly drugged with psyop impairing him. Okay, I did this impaired. The hero emerges, the hero is sabotaged. 19 witnesses. And if they didn't believe that that I'm telling the truth, okay, if they didn't believe I was telling the truth, and they thought that I was lying, they could have accepted my challenge, okay, and beaten me. Either way, this challenge is out there. I'm not saying, hey, consider that and have mercy. I'm saying, accept my challenge either way. Let's get to the bottom of this. And impaired, I still beat him, okay? Pretty much every victory It's basically a flawless victory except for against my older brother in the mud, which reduced my skywalking. Sky Law King, Skywalker, Sky Law Core. Whether or not you believe the wordplay, it's obvious that's what it refers to. Horus is the son of God, the son of Ra, which is the potent core of righteousness, the source of righteousness, the marshaling source of the sun spiritually, not literally gravity and all this stuff, literally the marshaling source of the sun. Okay, so who's manning up, maneuvering, and who's kidding and wrestling like they do on the playground? Okay, pretty straightforward. So then we get these smaller plaques. Okay, we have the May 2012 to May 2017. It's interesting how I messed this up. Okay, I meant to say May 2012 to December 2017, and on both of these, I messed it up on that, or maybe they messed it up. Horus the champion after 5 years of martial art challengers, valor, confidence, courage, morality, focus, concentration, and wisdom. And I've had this plaque for what now, 2-3 years? Or, I made it before the challenge was over because I knew I was going to win. Okay, and I was showing it off before because I said, look, I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. Prophet, right? Leopard, leopard, falcon, full kin, full sea, on is Heliopolis. Valor, confidence, courage, morality, focus, concentration, and wisdom. You start to see the transcendent, right? Spiritual, transcendence, okay? You see the valor, the courage, heart, corazon, confidence, determination, so on and so forth. Morality, right? Morality. I'm doing this to show that I am the only valid leader on the planet. Anyone who does not obey me is invalid. They're a misleader. Okay? May 2012, May 4th, or it was May 4th or May 6th, something like this, when I made the first challenge to everyone in California. Or was it Northern California? Then I said in December 2013, December 20, 2013, that I'm the top martial artist in California. All of California. Okay? And that meant all of the country for the reason I described at the beginning of this video. Then I went on to say in the title that I'm the top martial artist in America, and obviously that eventually equated to the universal top in the world. And if you're not following my logic, watch it again. Watch it again until you see exactly what I mean. So the last plaque we're going to go over. This is all 5 of them? Yeah, it's all 5 of them. All right, December 2020 to December 2017. Excuse me, December 2012 to December 2017. Sabotage champion, still held on, $4,000 challenge for 4 years. Precision, speed, timing, maneuverability, strategy, dexterity, agility. Okay? These are the scales. I went the distance. I wrote it in damn near in stone, right? Whatever this metal is right here. It was written in brass or whatever this thing is. It's written in a metal. Similar to writing in stone. This is what I believe. There's some kind of insignificant typo here, but between the two of these, you can get what's saying. It's kind of like lost in translation, lost in trance, it's covert drug in me, and I've shown the psych meds on record. Depakote, okay? Pharmakeia means sorcery, okay? It's to cheat this guy out of his rightful place. Witchcraft and the social order, the Ibibo picture I showed. Juju, meaning witchcraft. They superimpose the idea of witchcraft on the idea of the king. Switchcraft, masonry, the craft, switch, witchcraft, the vessel, the body, the temple. Okay, figure it out. You're an idiot if you don't see that I'm right. I spelled it out for them years leading up to the end of the challenge. I raised the money. At one point it was $100,000 and I had a whole lot of people's attention at that point. Okay? $50 just to show. All right. And they got showed up, as the saying goes, one way or another. All right. So, of course, remember, part of martial arts is knowing your opponent. Know your enemy. Know your opponent. Analyze your opponent. Even in UFC fighting, they analyze the opposition and train for it leading up to it. I had plenty of demonstrations in my challenges. They were eventually slowed down, but back then they weren't. They saw me doing 15 hits in 1.2 to 1.5 seconds. Or was it 1.4 seconds? They saw, from Deontay Wilder's sparring range, boxing range, which is the full extended arm. They saw some of the other sparring challenges in 2015 when the first challenger accepted, okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, by the way, he got paid $40. At that time, it was $40. At the time, actually, it was $25. I gave them $40. I gave the cameraman 20. They showed up. There were 4 of them, right? So for more than one reason, I showed courage. Okay, and that's a basic part of this. And I was isolated, so no one's showing up with me. I had to pay someone to be the cameraman. No one's showing up on my side. I showing up by myself, you know. So, you know, they left me out in the cold because they have no heart. They have no courage. They serve the devil, okay. So again, what are they doing it for? For being a play on words for the 4: mind, body, soul, and spirit. And I've gone over these principles. I'll put them at the end if I have time. Okay, so match, scratch, and batch, like bitch, are connected, right? These people think in terms of money and corporation, corpus meaning body. Okay. You know, I can't really read this. So there's cultural barriers. It's like, where does this guy go? Part of martial arts is analyzing people. I analyze this nation and this planet carefully and effectively. And I said, where are they going to accept that I'm the son of God and not let their cultural bitch get in the way? Are the Muslims in Afghanistan going to accept me? Are the Christians in Ethiopia or Eritrea, the Muslims there, going to accept me? They accept me in Canada, in Brazil, in Portugal, you know, in Peru, in Jamaica. Nobody was going to accept me because secret societies and fraternities all control these cultures and they can't transcend. That's the importance of this plaque, among others, the Honorable Transcendent Supreme Champion, right? Supreme, okay? Started off as a grand champion all the way back in '97 of Taekwondo in that area, okay? Became a supreme champion because this is like this is universal morality, universal principles. Okay? I can't overkill this point enough. I can't imagine anyone has any questions at this point. Do you not know what precision is? Or speed or timing? Do you not know what sabotage does to someone? Maybe the Jews in the concentration camp, maybe the children of those survivors, you can tell them that, hey, their parents always look like that. Sabotage doesn't exist. Experiments don't exist. Eugenics doesn't exist. Perhaps you'll tell them. Perhaps you'll tell the people who sterilized, you know, by the eugenic crowd, or the victims of the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. The government doesn't do non-consensual experimentation. Perhaps you'll tell the psychiatrist who wrote this book, CIA doctors, who went over 15,000 pages of documents, who has an MD from University of Alberta, okay, that the government doesn't use mental health to stigmatize people and drug people. Perhaps you'll tell anyone who studied MK Ultra that the part of what they were researching doesn't have to do with the social order, with sexual side effects, with keeping people, making it impossible for people to do physical activity, including sex and martial arts. Perhaps you'll say that they're impairing their vision, right? Wasn't a part of it, right? They're looking for drugs to do these things, okay? You know, everyone knows these things here. Everyone knows. Especially in California, everyone knows. I mean, MK Ultra and Cohen's a Pro mainly was here in California. Okay? Perhaps you'll sell them in 2019 when they can put chips in their brain, right? That perhaps the voice to skull doesn't exist. Perhaps in synthetic telepathy doesn't exist. And perhaps when they came out with walkie-talkies all those years ago, they never found a more effective way to covertly communicate. Perhaps when they came up with the little things for the ears of the Secret Service agents, that's where they left it at, and they never bothered to find a way. Perhaps the military magazines that said they have ways to psychically communicate, using synthetic telepathy, technology that actually doesn't exist, and the military magazines lie, What do you need to know? Perhaps the military aren't concerned with martial arts. And the martial art, perhaps there's no military societies. Perhaps these patches, I pulled them out of a goat's ass. Okay? Perhaps they don't exist. Okay? Perhaps they're not concerned with minds, deeds, and words. And perhaps my argument is popular and everyone wants to believe it and has nothing to do with making everyone else look bad and looking like scum because I'm telling the truth. Okay, perhaps they're not concerned with who's influencing who. Perhaps God is a deity of the exploiters and the yuppies who help them exploit, who are basically exploiters, and he's not a refuge for the oppressed. I mean, what don't you get here? Perhaps the power of persuasion is not their concern, and they're not concerned with keeping me the fuck down. Perhaps martial arts, mera, scale C, has nothing to do with mare, horse scale. I mean, the term of martial arts, Mars, the god of war. Perhaps horses are not the concern of the church and the military fraternities in this society. Perhaps they wouldn't dream of putting any of this symbolism that has to do with everything I'm talking about on their patches. Perhaps you're just a cowardly, sniveling worm that's going to play stupid the whole time and push a cultural barrier as if we can't connect the culture that you're a part of to the reason why you're a bitch. Thank you.